Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to End All Wars. This is an Asia title that is kind of simulating World War One. This battle right here was between the Japanese forces and the German forces, and the Japanese are on our side. Yeah, those are Germans. Central Powers at war with your nation. We have 366 and they have about 336. So this might not ever have anything come of this. Hopefully they'll stay supplied and we won't have to worry too much about that. Let's take a look at the messages from last time. Let's see. One of your ambassadors has increased your support for your cause. So Italy is at 58% Entente, which is us. We're playing the Western Entente, and they just call it Entente here. But Belgium, where are you, Belgium? Here you are. 53%. They've got an opposing diplomat, the Central Powers, so I don't know. It's going to be kind of hard to get any movement out of them. Let's see. Portugal's at 98%, so I bet we will get them in about 2 turns. Ottoman Empire is at 98% for the Central Powers, so they'll probably get them in 2 turns. Neutral sentiment, blah, blah, blah. As you can see, the United States are at 85% Central Powers, but that's going to gradually go to the Entente. Certain events will cause them to align to the Entente, and eventually they will hopefully they'll enter the war on our side. We are besieging Thionville. Let's take a look here. Let's see. No. Yeah, it's besieged, but we haven't made any breaches. Central Powers, we won a battle. That's the one we were looking at earlier. And that's it. Bunch of planes flew missions. Let's take a look at here. H. Muse fleet was delayed 4 days in region Portsmouth before moving. Here we go. Oh, we've already done this. Dang it. Yeah, and he's on rails, so we don't have to worry about that. Let's move the Channel Fleet back to Southampton. Qingdao expedition, that's the Japanese. Wales force has arrived in Southampton. There's... Okay. Any other troops around here that... No. I think there might be some up here. This will unlock at some point. At some point we'll get... At some point we'll get some of these guys, I think. And also at some point he will unlock, and then we can do some stuff with him. Ideally, we'll bring him over to France, create at least 1 army, because right now the British Expedition Force is not really a full army, and you can tell that by required command 24, provided command 20. Um, that's just not a full army. A full army would be about 46 to 51. So at some point we want to get Kitchener. This is Kitchener over here. Create an army, and then fill up his army bucket. Joffrey is here. I don't like that. I don't like that his cohesion is very low. About half. But it is what it is, I guess. Court de General has... Okay. Any troops down here? That... No. So anyway, we will keep letting these guys entrench. MH Fleet, Scottish forces have arrived in Southampton. William H. Birdwood. I think I've done something with these guys already. Oh, yeah. Let's combine them. Canada. We got somebody doing something there, so we've already started them moving. Replacements have been ordered. Entrenchment. Kuwait. And then the shipping stuff. Alright, let's see. Let's see if is there anything we can do? He's got 737 in power. I want to make sure that did we already get our generals? No. That's next turn, I think. Appoint generals. And France Western war weariness. Let's they're at 100%. They're still at 100%. It's Germany, 100%. Let's look at this screen. Central Powers are at 85% or 85 morale. We're at 101. So let's see if there's anything we can do here. He is very strong and very active. Required command, provided command, got a 5% penalty. We should be able to fix that pretty easily. We'll just take this guy out. What did I do? Provide a command. Require command. Okay. I don't know what I did there. Or was it this guy? I don't know why he's moving. Neither one of these guys are active, which really throws a wrench. And see, it takes 17 days. That's more than one turn. 30 days? No. That is not happening. Well, we'll just wait till one of them becomes active. We need to move these guys. Oh, we could keep them here, I guess, when we get some new generals. I think we'll get 6 generals. Let's see. What else is there to do? It sucks that these two guys are both inactive as well. There's not much going on. Next turn, well, 2 turns from now. 2 turns from now might show a lot of action. I want to get Thionville, which is right there. You can see my little map cursor thing. And it has Joffrey and the English force, the British force. This game's a lot. I don't know if it's correct to say this, but almost like incrementalism. And what I mean by that is you keep going one little step farther every single turn until you push them to the point where you outscore them. But in the doing so, there are a lot of battles, a lot of movements, a lot of hopefully cut off troops on their side, not ours. Still late November 2014, up here in the top right. Wonder why this turn is taking so long. It usually goes a lot quicker than this. There, it starts moving. Okay. It's about the turn, the real turn is about to start. The rest, I guess the rest is just planning. Here we go. Another battle in Tsingtao by the Japanese. It's interesting. Two battles, but probably not much accomplished. All right, let's just go through the messages first. Italy, Greece, Portugal. Adrian helms and uniforms are now available. Background: at the outbreak of the war, the French Army's uniforms were geared more towards parades than the battlefield, with their bright red trousers being particularly problematic and easy for the enemy to spot. The heavy losses sustained by the French in 1914 led to these uniforms being replaced by a darker horizon blue uniform and led to the French adopting the first steel helmets. Condition: this event can only be played if the Western Entente have not yet researched the first infantry tech level. Western Entente gains plus 50 towards infantry tech. And how you select that is you go through the options, and this is F4. F4, you select it. It says it'll cost 300 state funds, 100 tons of war supplies, and 5 engagement points. So I think we're okay there. And the HMS Erin and Agincourt or whatever is no longer valid and has been removed. That must mean that the Ottoman Empire is at 100% Central Powers. So they are joining. They might not get the message until next turn. Yeah, see, we had 2 battles. Both of them were draws. Not much going on the battle side. New Zealand squadron has arrived in Australia. So that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, 43. And this is a weight of 44. But this is 43 as well. So if I combine these, now they have a transport capacity of 86. We can load these up. And then we got to decide where we want to move them. Singapore is British, excuse me. I always want to go up through here, but this swamp and desert really sucks for trying to actually do anything. But I mean, if we grab Baghdad, that's some points. And then we can try to move up this way to Mosul. And then we're on the railroad tracks. And then we can come down through here. Yeah, let's do that. I think that's something to be done, hopefully. See how long it takes and if they'll allow it. 26 days. I don't really like that, but it is what it is. Royal Armour Corps is now active in London. The British Army is now unlocked. We're going to leave all these air. That's the Admiralty. We're going to leave all these air to protect London from dirigibles or hot air balloons or whatever you call them. Not hot air balloons, but Zeppelins coming across and attacking. This guy's unlocked. Let's bring him over. Nobody else is unlocked in that area. What about here? No. This guy's unlocked. Bring him down. here? No. No. Why is it only at 10,000? We got our 6. Let's move them there. He's got, let's see if he can, no, he's inactive. We still haven't done anything to the Thionville. He's not active. He is active. Let's move. Let's move him there. See if we're probably going to get into a battle that we don't really want, but you never know. You kind of want to also kind of keep the pressure on. Italy's at 60%. It's moved up, although they have put in a Central Powers send diplomat. Let's see. We've got a diplomat. I guess this guy keeps on since the Ottoman Empire has joined the Central Powers. We're gonna. Oh no, not Persia. Damn it. What am I doing? Arabia. Because if you're a student of World War I, Arabia, or the Arab tribes, had an uprising against the Ottoman Turks, the Ottoman Empire. That's what the movie Lawrence of Arabia is about. And he actually is a character in this game. Central Powers has accepted Ottoman Empire into its alliance. Western Entente has accepted Portugal into its alliance. Let's see what Mediterranean shipping. Entrenchment is now level 4 on the Western Front, level 2 on the Eastern Front, and Balkan Fronts level 1 elsewhere. Let's look down here and see what the situation is. Why doesn't it show me? Do you have transports? 50. Capacity is 50. He's a 3-star. I could make him an army if my guys, if I could get Joffrey down here, but it's probably not going to happen. Let's see. Great Britain. I think they moved 2%, or maybe it was, I can't remember. They're 60%. Greece is 53%. We get some events. France has called up new generals. That we've seen that. All right. Now let's see what we can do here. I've already decided to move him. They're both inactive. This guy. I want. Okay, he's locked. Well, we're not going to do that. It would have taken him 31 days just to move. I guess I could move him here. 15 days. Let's yeah, we got plenty. Medium, super heavy. That's 400 money. We've got 2,000 money. 8 conscripts. War supply 1,000. We do not have 1,000 war supply. And it'd take 120 days. It's medium. That's field. French heavy artillery. That's better. That's more like it. Where can we... Lyon? There's nowhere else. That's weird, but maybe it's not so weird. Still got plenty. I think what I'll do is I will... British Marine Brigades. That'll help with moving across rivers if I need to. Japanese, British. That's in Ireland. That's in Canada. That's in Australia. And that is in Great Britain. Or England. The island of England. If I'm messing this up, I apologize. I'm not meaning to insult. I know sometimes I see people get a little annoyed with people if they don't know the difference between Great Britain and England and the United Kingdom, and it can get a little complicated. Is there anything that I want to... Okay, so here. Oh, we still have some troops coming. 26 days. We'll wait for them. What about... Why is he... Oh, okay. I'm not going to do this, but I'm just going to see. Take 30 days. It is a very long time. What about up here? So let's just run a turn. Did I check? Well, I am moving that one guy, so. In some of Asia's titles, you can kind of move the map a little by doing this, but it's not moving. I wish I could play the music, but the music is all copyrighted because it's from the 1910s and 20s, and it's still under copyright, I guess. I must confess, I do not know all the ins and outs of copyrighted music, but I don't want to get even just a little bit of a, sometimes they'll say, oh, this is copyrighted, and they say, but you don't have to do anything because I guess I'm not making money off of it, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that, but I don't like to see that, so I try not to do it. And I know for a fact that music in World War One, this game is there's some copyrights that I would be breaking. Dadgummit. French defeat, and it was bad. That's gonna hurt. We lost some morale on that one. I knew something like that. I kind of had a feeling that something like that was going to happen. But you got to take risks. Risks. So let's see. Greece. And we've already done that, but let's just click it. I've already read that for you. So what that means is over here is technology. So right now for infantry research, we're at 90%. And when we hit 100%, we'll go to level 2 infantry, which will give us more strength in our infantry units. And of course, it has 6 different things: artillery research, chemical warfare, aviation research, tank research, and convoy and anti-submarine research. So all of those we actually can put research into. Let's take a look at this. So they got a little bit of a bump to national morale because of that battle. We're besieging Thionville. Premier Army is committed against the Central Powers. Blah, blah, blah. Troisième. Quatrième retreated. -1 national morale. Not good. Not. That's the thing. That's one of the things that I like about the Asia games. These using this engine is you can lose a battle like that and not lose the war. That would in some games if you had a battle where, and if we go back to it, let's open it back up. In some games, if you lost twice as many men in a battle this big, the game would be over. It'd just be wasting your time trying to come back from that. But in these games, you can do that, and it's not the end of the game. French additional trench works. Okay, let's take a look down here. Let's see. Wow, that's pretty good. And the South African Army. So he's 244. He's 143. He's provided command 24. Required command 7. So I wonder if I could just drop him in there. 4% penalty. See how long it would take him. 34 days. See, I don't really like that. Oh, I know what I can do, though. Oh, but we're fighting that uprising. So let's keep him here until the uprising is done. We've got these Portuguese troops. Not going to do too much with them. Some British troops here, and then some French troops there. So we will pursue a policy of trying to pick off some of these. See how it has a star there, so it's a strategic. And this is strategic as well. So if I do this, you don't see it, but the strategic gives us some points, gives us extra points. Let's look at this. Still got him coming, 13 days. Let's look over here. Now, see, we could start moving. We could take El Arish. But we got this guy still coming, so that's 4 days. And that's this guy. Oh, I know what we need to do. Southampton. British Army. Yep. Rawlinson. 3rd Naval Brigade. 1st Naval Brigade. I thought I brought somebody over here. Oh well. Maybe I. Let's take a look. There he is. Royal Marines. So he did join. So his weight is 66. It's the 5th line up. Weight 66. And then this one's transport capacity, 2nd one from the bottom, 340. So we can put him there. And then we can bring him to Le Havre. So that'll get him down. An attempt to perform this decision. Joseph Gallieni has been congratulated. We lost. Why is everybody being congratulated? What does Arabia look like? 50-50. We have to reapply it. If it's unsuccessful, like this, we have to redo it until it takes. All right. Still no movement here. He's not active. Is he? No, of course not. He's got some artillery, and he does not, and he does not as well. Let's move him. I think I can combine them. Yeah, 24. We'll move him. Then maybe his artillery will help us in the siege of this city or town, or well, it's what's called a festung, which is a battle fort, a fort. Yeah, a fortress. All right, let's run one more turn, and then I think we'll call it a day. That one right there, it says 1,941. That has me concerned. I haven't really looked at this. We need to go to Mulhausen or Mulhausen. At least he's got some entrenchment. I don't know how much that'll help. Hmm. Battle of Trier. I don't think I attacked into Trier. Did I? I certainly didn't mean to. If that's where I think it is. Oh, look. We got some Ottoman guys probing down here. Research and technology. The Great War saw a gradual advancement in the technology of warfare, heralding a new age of aircraft, tanks, and ever larger heavy artillery. Research is monitored on the research off-map area here that I pointed out, where indicators represent the progress made for each alliance. Click on the arrow below to navigate to this off map area. Next page. Research is conducted at an alliance level, Western Entente, Central Powers, and Eastern Entente. To the right of the off-map diplomacy regions, you will see 3 areas depicting the research progress for each of these alliances. The Western Entente and Central Powers have 6 categories of research, while the Eastern Entente has only 5. You may hover over a research category to learn more about its effects. Each research category has levels ranging from 1 to 4. I don't know if I can ever read again. On each research icon, you will see a number ranging from 1 to 4 in the top right, indicating the research level reached, and a percentage in the bottom left indicating how close you are to the next level. I think it means bottom right, but that's okay. Research progresses slowly for each side without any effort spent, but you can also provide a substantial boost to research starting on January 1st, 1915 from the F6 research screen. You will be notified via message when these options become available. There are also various historical options which will occasionally come available and allow for a one-time increase in certain research categories, so keep an eye out for these. Okay, so the Arabian diplomat has finally taken hold. So they're already moving on 52%. Here it's 67% to 33%. So they've moved 7% even with the German diplomat, because Italy historically was on the Entente side in the World War One. In World War One, not the World War One, but in World War One. I think Greece 63%. It's moving as well. Bulgaria, it's leaning towards the Central Powers. Romania is too. Belgium, it's kind of leaning towards the Central Powers, and then this one is as well. Denmark, 50-50. Portugal is 100%, obviously. And then we have Arabia down here. Le Havre, British Army. That's what we wanted. These guys took a beating. I certainly didn't want them to attack into Trier, but for some reason, I think I did. I wouldn't have done that on purpose, but sometimes you can make a mistake on where you drop something, and you think you're dropping it, where you're in the place that you're targeting, and then you find out that you did it incorrectly. 17 days, that kind of sucks, but we'll give it a try because there's nothing in Mulhausen, so maybe we can just capture it and then put them under siege and take it. This one we still have not. What are you doing? Don't move. We still have not made any progress. 23-13. Dang. New army generals have been appointed and are in Paris. You get 3 of them in 1915. You also get 3 over here, I think. Yeah. No, you get 6. Nice. So let's move them to Southampton. You may advance all of these via the option screen. So, let's fund infantry, artillery, let's see if there's anything else we want to do. Tunisia to Italy. Italy dreamed of becoming an imperial power and looked to ports of northern and eastern Africa for potential colonies. Granting Italy control of Tunisia would be graciously accepted by the Italians, but will harm prestige and morale in France. This event can only be played if Italy is still a neutral nation. Italy shifts 10% alignment towards the Entente. Italy gains Tunisia. France loses 10% alignment in all regions. Western Entente -5 national morale, -100 VP. I think I'm on. I don't know. That's very steep, and they're still moving. They're moving in our direction. So if I did that, they would next term would probably be at 80% or so, or 79%. I really need them too. I really need Italy to start building up their forces right here along the border to Austria. Take some pressure off of the eastern and western front. 21, 10. We have failed to engage the enemy. We lost a battle against. We lost 29,000. They lost 6. Wow, we didn't lose any national morale over that. I like it. We've got a lot of troops here now. Uh, uh, um, 331. $17. Let's. How much is it? 180. We'll move both of them. There's another one in here. Oh, maybe he. Actually, I think he landed. So their weight is 60. That holds 84. His power of his army is 369. I have to think about that one. I might do a naval invasion. Our units. This Ottoman guy is still down here. But he really can't do anything. I think he could come across this, but he'd have to get here and then maybe cross there or maybe cross here. I don't think he can cross this, so I think he has to come up here. So he's basically not doing anything with that down there, just acting a little crazy. Pierre Joseph Dubois, congratulated. General has been congratulated. That's just generic general. And entrenchment is now level 5 on the Western Front. 4. Wait a minute. Why is it? It's now, that must be for the eastern. The Central Powers is level 5, and we're only level 4. That kind of sucks. Western Entente. We now have. I think we're level 2. Yeah, it says right there, level 2. So level 2, helmets and uniforms, unlocks an improved infantry model with better protection values. Existing units on the battlefield are automatically upgraded. What about Central Powers? They're still at 1% on everything, or level 1. The only thing is Line infantry, that's the most important one. We got it. Okay, folks. I'm just going to end it right here. Um, thank you very much. I know a couple of people, I know this is about the fourth episode, and I had at least one person saying, I thought you said you weren't going back to Asia games. But this game is a very forgiving game. If you make a mistake, it doesn't crush you like in Rise of Prussia. If you make a mistake as Prussia, you kind of get crushed because you're fighting against 4 or 5 different major nations. And this one, it's not as, you can make mistakes and still win the game. So this is a very easy kind of, well, I won't say easy because the amount of troops and amount of units makes this kind of a daunting challenge for a lot of people. But once you get used to the units and know what you're doing and what you should move and what you don't need to move and that kind of thing, it's not as difficult as some other games. Even though that might sound counterintuitive because it's World War One compared to the 30 Years War and Rise of Prussia, the Prussian 7 Years War, and the English Civil War, and the amount of in real life and the amount of troops in World War One dwarfed all of those conflicts. The amount of troops in this is astronomical. It even just completely outnumbers what the numbers were in Civil War and the American Civil War. American Civil War, you might have an army of maybe 100 to 120,000. Here you have armies of 300,000 or 400,000 at a time. I think I'd have to look at the Battle of the Somme, but I think it had over 1 million troops fighting in basically one battle. So there are a lot more numbers of troops, but like I said, this game's a lot easier to manage. Partly because once you get everything in a line, there's you don't have a lot of maneuvering. So then it's more of a just you know attacking them where they're weak. So anyway, I am getting back in the Asia games. This is one of the better games, like I said, to get back into and come back into, kind of ease my way back in. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. I will be here. I'm going to be around. I'm still going to do Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I'm still working on that, or playing on it, and have this game going as well. And we're going to keep recording and keep posting videos, and hopefully you enjoy them. If you do, you can subscribe, and if you like it, you can click like and click the bell for notifications if you're subscribed. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.